Hello, my name is Simon from CramTheExam and welcome to another video where I walk you through another English exam question. In this video I'm going to have a look at the CAE Advanced Use of English Part 2 question, Open Cloze, and this question you can find on the excellent website flojo.co.uk. If you haven't checked out Flojo, I recommend that you do. It's full of great resources to help you get ready for your CAE exam, this exercise being one of them. But it also, as a website, it's got plenty of other resources for other exams. So I really recommend that you find some time and go check it out. Now, as I said, we're going to have a look at the Use of English Part 2 question, Open Cloze. Can be a difficult question if you haven't had enough practice, if you don't know what to expect, if you don't know how to prepare for it, it's going to be difficult. But with practice, by analysing the language around the gap, having a good idea of context, knowing what's going on, knowing what the story is about, it's going to increase your chances. And of course, having a great range of vocabulary and grammar structures is going to improve your chances of getting better grades. So let's go through the answers and find out why the answers are the answers. So the article is about Thai food and why Thai food is so popular and how it got so popular. No other national cuisine enjoys quite the degree of popularity that Thai food, and our example answer is does. We need a verb of some form. Unusual sentence structure, putting the verb at the end of the sentence, but nevertheless an advanced language structure, sentence structure. So if you're not familiar with this particular sentence structure, not difficult to find on Google. Go check it out. Google is going to be the first resource, I guess. Plenty of resources for any kind of grammar questions. So if you've got any questions at all, whether about conditionals or whatever, go to Google, check it, put in your query in the search term. You're going to find a whole load of different pieces of information. Let's carry on with the text. 10 years ago, it was a rarity in Europe. Great vocabulary, wonderful noun. If you're not familiar with rarity, put this in your vocabulary bank and start using it. It was a rarity in Europe and the United States, and prior, something that easy peasy. This one, after prior, we've got to use the preposition to. So prior to something happening, in other words, before something happened, it was virtually unknown. Now Thai cooking has become something of the West's favourite exotic styles of cooking. So in other words, this is saying that there are lots of different types of styles of cooking, and this has become a favourite of that. But because of this, a favourite amongst other styles of cooking. But because of this structure here, we need the word one. One of the West's favourite exotic styles of cooking. As well as the growing popularity of Thai restaurants throughout the world, there has been an increase little by little in something availability of ingredients on supermarket shelves. Now, as I always say for Open Cloze, if you've got a noun and you've got a gap before the noun, it might be an article. And if it's an article, make sure you choose the correct article. And in this case, it's going to be the. So in the availability of ingredients on supermarket shelves. One of the things that makes Thai cooking challenging is the sheer variety of types of dish. So the context here is that Thai food might not be so easy. And because of the variety of types of dish, it means that there's a challenge for everyone. So what we need here is a word of emphasis to suggest how challenging it is to different people. And that word of emphasis that we need is so. So one of the things that makes Thai cooking so challenging is the sheer variety of types of dish. Thai food lies between China, Indian cuisine, with influences from Burma, Cambodia and Malaysia. All of something has had an effect on Thailand, ... Now, the other way of saying this is to get rid of this. We don't need to say this. Well, at least we don't need to say this bit here. We don't need to say this bit here. If we change that to have, then we can use this answer and we can just say which Well, there we go. I've given you the answer. Which have had an effect on... which, all of which is another way of saying which have had. So all of which has had... or which... no, in fact, you don't have to change this to have. You can just say which has had. That's not a problem there. So, but the expression all of which is another way of using relative pronouns, or some relative pronouns, and it gives you an extra bit of variety to just add a little bit of flavour into your writing, particularly if you are grouping information which is connected to that relative pronoun, which is what we're doing here. So where Thai food comes from, it comes from all of these places, all of which. So you can find, as a matter of fact, a number of different contexts where you can use all of plus relative pronoun to group other pieces of information or people or things or locations even, to give a little bit more flavour to your writing or speaking. At different stages of history, and not to mention, of course, that relative pronouns come up time and time and time again in unusual places in the open-close question. Some of the ingredients come from far afield, in other words, a long way away. Chilies, to give something, one example. Strange one, this one here. Once again, we need another word of emphasis to suggest that this is one example, perhaps of many. And that word of emphasis that we need is just. To give just one example, the other way of thinking about this is that just also means the same as only. But we can't say to give only one example. We would have to use the vocabulary just. Are originally from Central and South America, but were incorporated quickly. Now, if you incorporate something, you've got to use the preposition into. And that's why the answer for question number 7 is into. The national diet. Taken all something, these influences. Now, these influences refer to everything that's been mentioned before. And what we've got to do is we've got to look at these together in one big group. And the word that we need to do that is together. Taken all together, these influences from abroad have made Thai cooking a strongly regional set of cuisines. And that's why I think the answers are the answers. But if you would like me to explain a little bit more, or you're a little bit unsure of what I'm trying to say, or if you disagree with me, then leave a comment in the comments below and I will get back to you. And of course, if you're preparing for your CAE exam, check out all the other videos I've got on my YouTube channel. And if you're studying from one of the popular CAE advanced course books for your exam, then check out my website, CramTheExam.com, where I might be able to help you out with that. Okay, I'll see you again soon.